What it do? What it do? Happy Wednesday, aka Hump Day. Today is June the 18th of 2025. Um, I don't know what I want to talk about today, honestly. Um, Not one particular topic. It's just so much that runs through my mind. Anyway, my brain never fully shuts off. Which could be good and bad, I guess. Um, but I know what tomorrow is. I don't know about y'all. I know what tomorrow is. See these colors? See this queen on my shirt? She look like me. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. And I'm just, as a black woman in America, I'll just say it like that because there's a whole diaspora of us, So, but like as a black woman in America, and to know what my ancestors went through for me to even exist in general, like, my people are special. My people are special. And I don't say that from a place of arrogance or there's pride and like joy and blessings to me for being a black woman and just being black and knowing that my history doesn't start from slavery, right? I know my people have so many beautiful gifts and history that's rich and wealthy and impactful, right? So I know my history doesn't start obviously from slavery, but it's just that being in America and knowing the trials and tribulations that my people have overcome, and a lot of their dreams have manifested that you see in reality that everyone gets to be a part of, even when we don't get the credit for a lot of the things, which they know, they just won't acknowledge it. It's a beautiful thing to know that even through the hardships and the beating and the killing and the inappropriate behaviors with women and the inappropriate behaviors with the men in our community, like through all of that, we have still persevered. We've come up with so many great ideas because that's who we are innately. Like, there's nothing that we can't do that we are not going to overcome. There's no obstacle placed in front of us that we can't pass. And this is just a reminder for my people that, yes, we celebrate the freedom, so to speak, of our people being released or not being under, slavery and having ownership of us anymore, that we can finally be able to build and grow things of our own. Our children get to stay with us. And granted, a lot of things have changed a little bit because even though it's not the same how they did it, it's still done in a different way. But I feel like we're still overcoming so many things, and we're speaking up for ourselves, and we're making tables for ourselves. Like, there's no more begging to sit at the table. We don't need to sit at your table. I think we come to realize that, yes, as human beings first, you want other human beings to see you as such because that's who you are, right? But at some point when a table or a place was not designed for you to sit at or to partake in it, sorry, it's a little glare, or to partake in it, I heard someone say, and it made so much sense to me with the phrase I just used, to create your own table, sit at your own table. You don't need to sit where you're not welcome. You don't need to beg anybody to do anything for you that they don't want to do. Now, I know there have been a lot of times we made our own table and it decided, well, I don't like that you made your table, so I'm going to come burn your table. I'm going to burn all your businesses you've ever created. I'm going to get rid of ideas you ever created and patent that and come up with my own money, steal that idea from you, say I created it and benefit off of it and pass it down my family lineage, right? So I'm not going to say that we have had moments where we made our own table and they decided to burn our table. Sorry, it's a fly. I need you to go, buddy. Go be with your friends. Sorry. There has never, I'm going to say that. We have overcome so many things in the past 400, 500 years of this type of life that our ancestors have had dealt with, that's passed on to us, right? But like I said, at the end of the day, a lot of other people too. Now this is the crazy part, because even though we, have access to sit at their table, we've opened other doors for other people to also sit at that table. And even in the midst of that, unfortunately, we've had people tell us, oh, you can't sit at the table. How are you going to tell me or my people they can't sit at the table that they fought for you still obviously benefit too to sit at the table? Like, I don't understand how you go to tell someone, well, you can't sit at the table. If it wasn't for my family or my ancestors fighting to sit at this table, you wouldn't be able to sit at this table. So watch yourself. But know this, my people, we're going to keep fighting and have our own table, and they can't touch us. There's something happening I can't even put into words, but I do feel a shift, at least within my family, like with me breaking a lot of generational curses, so to speak, that have been embedded in our DNA. A lot of fears and all these things. But I also feel like a lot of us are waking up to a lot of the lies that we've been told, the oppression and the suppression of our feelings, how we do things, what we can and cannot do. Like, there's a lot of that's happened. But I'm so proud of us that we have come to terms with, look, I don't accept that anymore. That is no longer serving me. That no longer is giving me purpose. Never gave me purpose, right? That is not conducive to my lifestyle. That does not elevate me. It's not solving my problems. Like, there's a lot of things that our people are doing, and we're being more accountable, I think, for more so than we ever have before, because now we understand what that means to hold accountability for yourself and how you can move forward and be more great than you were before, because now you can release the pain that has been passed on to you from our ancestors, the hard work and the torture that they've been through, and turn it into something beautiful. And they'll be proud of us today if they were here, to see how we're fighting together to continue to uplift each other. There's a lot of negative that you see, but part of that negativity that you see is to program us to think that we're not coming together. So what they're portraying is not true. Understand that we're coming together. Understand that we're making changes. We have the tools and resources that we're doing to elevate ourselves, to have two healthy parents in the household, to be more involved in our children's lives. We're even homeschooling them. I homeschool my kids. So we're even homeschooling our children. And not so much just to be at fear, like, oh, I want them teaching that and this and that and the third. We don't want them teaching them nonsense. They're already taking our history stuff. They don't want us to know the truth of the matter. But at the same time, it also allows us to understand and know our children, and not just have some random person that's not going to give as much love as we would. And our children learn differently. Or them feeling like I was that child in school that felt like I wasn't smart. I felt like I wasn't book smart. I feel like I'll never be that straight A student when I saw my other counterparts in school that didn't look like me, be more recognized. And I was like one of the rare ones at some point when I got older that had some recognition, but I was like, I still never felt smart or intelligent based on their standard. But I was like, you know what? As I got older, I realized I have other gifts about me, other talents about me, that I know that I'm smart. I know that I'm intelligent. I know that I'm gifted. I know that I'm spiritually gifted in those ways, right? So I know, like I said, I'm going everywhere. I'm just so excited just to talk about how proud I am of my people, no matter what we've gone through, no matter what has been presented to us that is there to be a distraction, a detour, way just to block you from moving forward, from excelling, from making the highest amount of money you can make, from getting your dream home, from being able to travel the world, from being in good health. Like, there's so many things that has been placed on us to try to keep us down, and here we are, still fighting, still standing, still overcoming. And that just shows how much strength we have, how we know our worth. We see the light. We know, like, this isn't real. Like, what they're saying to us is not going to stop that. We're seeing the veils being removed over our eyes. Like, I see the game that you're playing. I'm not going to play your game. I'm not going to participate in your game. Because ultimately, your game, how you create it, is how you created it. Therefore, you're going to win your game. So I'm not going to play your game. And we're doing that. So tomorrow we celebrate our people for, being free, finally being able to have the opportunity to be a decent human being, like seen as a human being, not saying that we weren't decent human beings, but being seen as humans. We were agriculturists, we were herbalists, we were surgeons, we were teachers, we were prayer warriors, like so many different things that we were. So many different attributes that we have that we can share with other people. So many talents, so many gifts, musicians, designers, seamstresses, amazing chefs. Like, we have so many wonderful gifts that we have impacted this world, whether people want to recognize it or not. But we don't need their recognition. We know what we did. As long as you know what you did, you don't need anybody else's approval or recognition. But it's just beautiful now that we are coming to see that, hey, you know what? We got this. And we're coming together. We understand who the true enemy is, what was literally put in place for us to overcome the butting of heads, especially the gender war type thing. I don't like that crap. It irritates my soul, because I'm like, why are we blaming each other when there was something else that prevented us from being there? Like, granted, yeah, we still have to be accountable, obviously, for the actions that we, or allowing ourselves to be in certain situations that, aren't conducive to the family, or the nuclear family, or things like that. But it's not just because women this, or just because men are that. Like, both of us somebody's been whispering in our ears on both sides. We just don't know what the other side is being said. So, but when we come to understanding that we both have work to do to be better, because we're not the enemy of each other. There's another enemy out there that's playing the field, having a grand old time while they were looking at us crazy. But a lot of us are seeing, like, yeah, it's not us. It's something else that's being put out there, some other narrative and programming set to keep us apart. Sorry. But I hope we celebrate tomorrow. Keep loving on each other. Love your brother. Love your sister. It doesn't matter if you know them or not. Like, we are in this together. Is than ever before. Being like this. Tight. Dap your bro. Understand what that means. I got you. You know what I mean? Give your sister a hug. Let her know how beautiful she is, how smart she is, how you will protect her, how you'll protect your brother, how you'll be there for them, how you will be a listening ear, what we can do to help uplift each other, and put the work in. And also, you have that support system, but you also got to be your own support system at the same time. Like, look, I got to do this for me. I believe in myself, and I'm glad I have my family there to also be my rock, be my foundation to push me through. So tomorrow is just a reminder of all the things we've been through, where we stand today, and we continue to stick together through everything, because you're much better together than when they got us scattered everywhere else. It's hard to put the puzzle pieces when they're everywhere, but when they come together, can't break it. Can't break it. So stick together. We have to stick together. Everybody else sticks together. We're sticking together. We will continue to stick together. We will not allow outsiders to infiltrate this bond that we have. Don't let the outsiders come in and tear everything apart. Assess and have discernment of the situation, what's really going on, because it's not us. It's deeper than that. So do the work, analyze the situation, feel it, address it, change it. And we're doing this one day at a time. So like I said, hopefully tomorrow you guys have a beautiful Juneteenth. If you don't celebrate Juneteenth, I understand, because some people still feel a certain type of way. But celebrate your people regardless of just tomorrow. Outside of Juneteenth, yes, we celebrate each other every single day. This is just a highlighted moment for us to really come together in celebration. It's an excuse for us to we don't got to work and we don't have to do this. We actually have time together. Like, this is a set day for this. But every day we should make an effort to be there, support each other, encourage each other, uplift each other, and guide each other into the right direction. We feed off each other's ideas. We feed off each other's energies. We're elevating each other like this. We're not putting this man down here. We're not putting this woman down here. We coming up here. Because the only way to go up from the bottom here is that we go up together. We go up together. We don't want no one to be left behind. Let's come up here. Love you guys. Stay safe. Be blessed.